What's cracking, everybody? Oh, my bad. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. This video was brought to my attention. I haven't seen the whole thing. I saw a few minutes of it. It's called 5-Block Film: Opportunity Behind Bars. It has to do with people incarcerated here in California. And I guess this is a programming opportunity. I don't know. It's somewhere in Lancaster. I don't know what yard it is. I don't know what this program is. But let's go ahead and check out a little bit of it and react to it.
The first thing they tell you when you have life without is you're here to die. Serve as much time as possible and then die.
You're no longer a human.
You know, that first part, what he had to say, let's back it up.
The first thing they tell you when you have life without is you're here to die. Serve as much time as possible and then die.
There's old, I don't remember what they call that kind of joke, but it's a joke. It's like a bad humor, right? Some bad humor, and it's an old joke or saying in prison. They say a guy was given 30 years, and the kid tells him, "Your Honor, 30 years? I can't do 30 years." And the judge tells him, "Do what you can, son. Just do what you can." So that's pretty much what he's talking about. Dudes are going to do what they can, and then they're going to check out however they check out, whether it's natural causes, whether they do it to themselves, or they go on a kamikaze mission and make a cop do it. But that's what it is. Do what you can.
You're no longer a human. You're just a number, a body.
Everything is set up for you to fail.
Violence is something that in prison is the everyday norm. We detach from the humanity that's still within us.
Anybody hardly smiles around here. Smile for what? This is the end of the road for a lot of us.
I will say that I get it. There has to be, people want to be dramatic to get a point across in a show like this, right? But in my experience, even in the worst places I was in, we all took advantage of opportunities to laugh. Somebody, you see a homie, you happen to be on the door and you see a homie trip in the day room, he catches himself and you're going to laugh and tell, hey, check out this about to try to play it off. And you guys are going to laugh about it. Anything that you guys can laugh about, you're going to try to do that. There are people that are bitter as fuck that you can't make them smile no matter what. And those are the guys you don't want to live with. You acknowledge them when you see them on there. Hey, what's up, Holmes? And you keep pushing because you don't want that energy. Even in there, you don't want that kind of energy.
Prison reinforces that I'm worthless.
Prison is full of traumatized people that have been mistreated growing up.
I was worse in prison than on the streets. I just didn't care about anything. It's like I got life, I'm gonna die here. I don't care about nothing. My early childhood sucked, teen years sucked, adult life sucked.
Wow, there he is. He says his childhood sucked, his teen years sucked, and his adult life sucked. And I don't know where he's gonna go with that, but I will say this. Our childhoods, a lot of us, they did suck. But then there comes a time when we make our own decisions. And so if in our teenage years our life sucked, it's probably because we were making poor decisions. We weren't applying ourselves to positive things. We were wallowing in our victim mindset. Nobody's giving me nothing. Nobody. Well, then let's go out and get it. See, we're not taught that as kids. Go out and get it. It's go ahead and blame everything else, especially in adulthood. When he said his adulthood sucked, that's definitely due to decisions that he was making, because I did the same thing.
My whole life sucked. I had given up on myself up until getting here and coming to 5-Block. Everything changed.
Okay, so he's on A yard, Lancaster A yard. 5 block is the program. And those of you that have, always get confused, what is a 270 and what is a 180? Every one of these buildings here is a 270 building. So if they show the inside of the building, I'll try to pause it and explain it to you. There we go. I can't see. This is a great quote right here, first of all. No one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. That's 1,000% true. Here you go right here on the left-hand side. At least, hopefully you guys can see it. If not, go ahead and check out this video. But you see there's a blue door, and then you see bars. Them bars, that's the shower. You see next to the shower, the guy has brought his boots. He probably just got off of work, so he had his boots on. He went in his cell. He grabbed his shower roll. He's going to step out of the shower. Excuse me. He's going to step out of the shower once he's done drying off, and he's going to put those tennis shoes on. Now, the wall that we're facing, where it says no one truly knows a nation, not the tier that, the tier where the shoes on, the shoes and the boots. I don't know what section that is, but we're going to go ahead and call that C section. Then the tier facing us is B section. Mandatory, that's B section. So you see between, let's say, C section and B section, or this could be A section and B section, there's no wall. That is a 270. Directly across from the shower that he's in, he can see into another shower all the way across the building, or he can see into the cells because there's no wall. In a 180, there would be, between these two sections here, there would be a solid wall. Nobody's seeing anybody. You just see a wall. So that's the difference between a 270 and 180. There you go again. So I can't see the corner over there, but you see the tower right here on the right-hand side. That's the tower. Again, there's no wall separating anything. It's wide open. That is a 270 design prison. The guard has 270 degrees of visuals to see all the cells. He can see everything. In a 180, that's not happening. I don't know if they do this in every state, but this is what happens every morning. Every morning you get up, you roll your mattress up. He's breaking his mattress all the way down. This is a thing that people did in if you were in one of the more serious prisons. He has the tattoos from San Fernando, so he was a Southerner, and as far as a raza from Southern California, we used to have a little saying, pack light. You're not going to have a lot of frivolous shit in your cell because you're always ready for war. So this dude's breaking his mattress down where he doesn't even leave the sheets on him. So in case he has to get off on the yard, all the cops got to do is grab that pillow and those blankets, throw them out. He's going to have the minimum in his locker as far as paperwork. He's going to have his own paperwork and his whatever cosmetics and food items he has.
My name's Jose Flores. All the guys call me Hoser. I'm here for armed robbery and extortion with multiple enhancements, gun enhancements, gang enhancements. And I started with 86 years to life. Basically, if you got a case that carries 10 years, they can add another 10 for a gun enhancement, life for a gang enhancement, and then they double you up because of a strike. You're looking at 60, 70 years on a case that normally carries 10 years.
That's California. I really want to get into this is how I changed my view, my political view. All the enhancements they hit them with. That's why I had to change my view.
Good morning. Usually what I hope for when I come to breakfast is that we have cinnamon rolls, and that's what we have today. Woo.
cinnamon rolls. Yes.
I'm really surprised that these cameras are in this prison. Any California prison that's level 4. This is a level 4. 270. I don't know. Maybe that's a level 3. Level 3s and 4s. When they're 270s, it's a level 3 or a 4. 180s is level 4 only. California usually does not like having cameras inside because they don't know what's going to happen. So this has to be a really safe spot for the CDC to be like, okay, let them in.
Overall, the food here is 2 out of 7 is good.
I want to go back to this.
Overall, the food here is 2 out of 7 is good.
There's the gunner. That's the gunner for the kitchen. He's got the Mini 14 rifle on his back. Behind him, he has the ladder to get to the roof. There's a riot that jumps off on the yard during child release. This guy's going to run up that ladder. He's going to position himself ready to fire that Mini 14. He's probably going to take his launcher with him, 37 or 40 millimeter launcher, whatever it is. This is how it is in California. You know, when I've talked about how, you know, when people want to talk about, you know, prison labels and act like they're about that out here while they're watching shit like this, but they're talking about people who performed underneath that threat right there. That gun, right, that rifle right there will end your life. It can remove parts of your body at that range. It can make you have a colostomy bag the rest of your life. Like, you're too close for that type of rifle. And still dudes get off.
What's up, bro? So now the gate's opening. We're about to go into education. And
so you see right there on the wall, above the wall, that box, that's the yard gunner. So he's up there with his Mini 14 and his launcher. Who knows? He could have a sidearm up there. It just depends on whatever he checked out. And he's monitoring the yard. And then you see the buildings. There's towers up there. I doubt on this yard they're going to have gunners assigned to the windows during this release, but it was possible. In a serious spot, there would be.
Go time. Now I grab my laptop and stuff and we hit it. On a lot of the prison yards, they're very strict. You can't bring stuff in or out of the buildings because they don't know what you might have. You know, could be weapons stashed in there. So, but being that this is a positive program yard and again, most of the guys have earned their way here. Nobody really wants to mess it up. I always carry my planner to mark things down. I try to stay organized. My first semester of college, I struggled. I took 5 courses and I got like 1 C and 1 D. So my professor suggested, you know what, make a schedule, you know, post it to your wall, follow it, hold yourself accountable. And I did that. So the following semester, I took 5 courses again, got all A's. Ever since then, I keep planners and I follow my schedules and hold myself accountable.
I just want to say, so I remember now, it hit me, a yard. That was, I think they made that an honor yard in Lancaster like a long time ago, 10, 15 years back, right? Excuse me. But I do want to say this, because he's talking about he made honor roll and all that, right? I don't know anything about this guy. I don't care about whatever. You know, hopefully people aren't going to be in the car. That Vato's probably a PC, this and that. Who gives a fuck what he is? What's important to me is this. Listen to his vocabulary. Listen to how he's speaking. Close your eyes. You wouldn't imagine seeing a face that tatted up because he has educated himself. The people that want to say, hey, lock him up and throw away the key, they wind up with guys that look like that, but still talk the way he used to talk and think the way he used to think. Education opens the mind. It broadens your horizons, and it gives you opportunities to become better, even within the walls. And this so far seems like it may be proof of it.
However, I got to be honest, I'm a couple assignments behind right now for Cal State, but I'm going to knock them out this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Flores?
Flores.
3-7.
Emmanuel?
No, Monica, Ms. Narayan, clerk.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Okay, Beltran.
So I guess, I don't know, maybe it's part of the rehabilitation that they're calling people by their first names, because the officer said, are you here for Manuel? And he said, no, Monica. I never saw that anywhere in the CDC when I was in prison, when I was incarcerated. That would be over familiarity by using somebody's first name. But I guess in order to rehabilitate and get people out of the convict or inmate mindset, you don't call people by their last names, you call them by their first names. That's a trip.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Woo! This is our classroom. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning, right? And which is very encouraging, because when I was in school, I wouldn't raise my hand, or I'd hide and hope they wouldn't call on me, because I was scared to give the wrong answer and be made fun of. Guys think, oh, he's stupid, So I wish I would have had a environment like this when I was going to school. Good morning, Miss Monica.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Education is the best way for them to transform their life. They need to have something to focus on to reshape and rebuild their lives. And that is why I chose Mr. Flores. He has been a very positive inclusion in my class. And my students are truly inspired by Mr. Flores. So he's a great addition to my class.
She gave me that second chance, and or first chance actually, and so I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, so I want you to go to building 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
And then distribute the packet.
I'm the teacher's assistant, tutor, mentor. I got called into education. On the way out, our professor, Ms. Monica, she calls me into her class. Hey, Flores, come here. And I don't know her. I've never seen her. And she says, hey, I'm so-and-so. She introduced herself. I said, okay, pleasure to meet you. She says, I would like you to be my clerk. I've heard a lot about you, and I want you to be my TA. And then she told me her story about why she does this work. When I heard her reasons for it and how she wants to transform lives and have these guys go out there and be good fathers, good sons, good husbands, and just break the cycle, right? Education. I said, okay, I'm in.
For me, this is a trip, man. I know for a lot of you guys, it has to be a trip, but for me, it's a trip, and I'm going to tell you why I say that. I remember being in Pelican Bay Beef Facility, and I had a cellie, and my cellie was assigned to education, and we were cellies for about 6 months, right? In those 6 months, he went to school 3 times. That I remember, it was only 3 times. Every time he went, this is what he went for. He went to school because he got a new teacher. And the teacher was like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm going to be your new teacher. I'd like everybody in the class to introduce themselves so I can get to know you, who you are by name, this and this and that. When the day ended and they went back to their cell, my cellie came back to the cell, that teacher quit. Because they were afraid. 3 times in 6 months, 3 different teachers, all of them quit the same day in Pelican Bay. So for this woman to not be afraid, to see the humanity in people that other people want to cast away, that says a lot about that woman.
I said, but under one condition. I do not want to get paid for this. For many people, the pay number is a big deal because many of them don't have families who can help them. So I get that. They this is how they buy canteen and their necessities. For me, it's my way of paying back what I've done wrong. You know, our victims is not just the people we harm directly and their families, it's the communities, it's even the taxpayers who have to pay for us to be here. So for me to ask to be paid, I feel like, you know, I can't do it. This is every day, you know, for me, it feels like, it just feels positive. It feels productive, like everybody out here is on their way to do some kind of a job or assignment, you know. You know, I never had a job when I was out there. I never had responsibilities. I never paid rent, bills. I never did nothing that gave me structure. I have to wake up in the mornings, be ready, come here, and I have discipline now. I have structure now.
That's what prison does. You see the way he was lining those chairs up, and you see the way he was making sure the table was right, and he's cleaning up. That's all that man has in his world. That and whatever's in his locker. Those are the two most valuable things that he has in his daily life. And that's why for a lot of convicts, the best way to ruin their day is to change the program. A lot of dudes, and I'm not even gonna say convicts, a lot of inmates don't know how to deal with it. Convicts can. It's like the Marines. Don't they have a quote, overcome, but it's something, it's adapt. It's always adapting. I remember, I shouldn't even have said that, but I know they have some kind of thing where you overcome and you do something, but you always are adapting. You're always changing and succeeding. And it's kind of like what they do in there. Convicts, once they figure it out. One thing that prison will teach you, if you're smart, if you're really smart, you learn it fast. Patience. Understand the things that you have some control of and put your energy into that. The things you don't, you can't control it. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. I'm not going to go much further. We're 7 minutes and 38 seconds in. I just wanted to get an understanding of what this was, give you guys a glimpse at it. Hopefully you guys are interested and go and check it out. Matter of fact, I'll just end it here. With him cleaning up the classroom and preparing for these guys to come in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, man. It's interesting to me, and I may watch the whole thing now. With that said, everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.